It is my grand pleasure to welcome to the stage David Rovics.
Last December, this happened. It's a long way from Nairobi, travel across the country to an arid northern little border town. If you leave early in the day, you'll still be on your way long after the sun is going down. It began as just a ride to the other side, but then was interrupted by the sound of the shattering of glass as the driver tried to pass the men with guns there on the dusty desert ground. There were 2 already dead, another shot as she fled. No question here whose lives were now at stake. When all is said and done, it is instances like this one, when every move is one that just might make or break. All passengers get out, men with guns begin to shout, "You Christians now get up against the wall." But then everyone stayed still, saying, "Now do as you will, you may leave, or you may kill us all." It wasn't far away, just over a year ago today, when people were massacred exactly in this manner. The pattern, it was clear. All the Muslims here would be safe if they just stood beside this banner. Headscarves passed from hand to hand among this human band. Live together or together fall. And then nobody moved, showing each of them approved of saying, "You may leave, or you may kill us all." It wasn't set in stone. There's no way they could have known that this time, this act of solidarity would see the gunmen leave goals left unachieved on the border there in Mandera County. But sometimes you take a chance that at a second glance you find you've changed the world with the passing of a shawl. There are those who will remember, those who on one day in December said, "You may leave, or you may kill us all." You may leave, or you may kill us all. You may leave. And then that was on December 21st. And then just 2 weeks before that, the president-elect announced that Muslims would not be welcome. And I thought maybe he's going for a triple income stream here, which I think is the case. Like, he can be president of the United States, CEO of Trump Enterprises, and chief recruiting officer of Islamic State all at the same time. It's a good gig. It follows a long American tradition of profiting from both sides of a war, or even 3 or 4 sides of a war, if possible. And Henry Ford was a Nazi too, and he did that too. And it's a pattern. Irving Bush as well. He was born a rich man, then he got richer still by bribing politicians on Capitol Hill, by declaring bankruptcy, by working with the mob, by causing lots of Americans to lose their union jobs, by exporting industries to sweat jobs overseas, by acting like an idiot on national TV. But now add to his accomplishments one more impressive trait. He's God's gift to the caliphate. God's gift to the caliphate. That's the chorus. sing along. In between his beauty pageants and gambling casinos and pretending to be a self-made man in films and TV shows, Donald Trump decided he should run for president. For jihadi recruiters, his campaign is heaven sent. It's a war between religions, a civilizational fight. That's what Daesh says, and Donald Trump says that's right. All you Muslims, stay out of here, just go join Islamic State. He's God's gift to the caliphate. God's gift to the caliphate. Lovely. He's not much for statistics. He doesn't have the time between harassing women and committing corporate crime. But he's a savvy gambler. He knows how to play the game. He's got a list of groups ready for him to blame. He doesn't just hate Muslims, he hates Mexicans as well. And he's prepared to win the contract for the wall he wants to sell. But the terrorists around the world think he's really great. He's God's gift to the caliphate. God's gift to the caliphate. The future of the world may be technically unknown, but if the past is any indication, then Trump has set the tone. Along with 27 governors, Congress people by the score, who, if we turn the clock back to 1944, would be turning back the refugees just like we did back then. Hey, that worked out so well, why not just do it all again? Because what the world clearly needs is more bio bombs and hate, and God's gift to the caliphate. God's gift to the caliphate. This is the 100. It is 1 day. We are 1 day shy of the 101st anniversary of the execution by firing squad of Joel Emanuel Hägglund, better known as Joe Hill, who was executed by firing squad in Salt Lake City, Utah, on November 19th, 1915. And Joe Hill came to the United States at a time which was consistent with most of our history as a country, which is when we had a whites-only immigration policy. And we ended up with other people because of various circumstances, such as them being here first, or them being dragged in chains and things like that, or the porous border to the south and annexing a country that already had people in it. And all that, so there's a lot of reasons why we eventually ended up to be a so-called diverse, so-called multicultural country. But we are a country that is founded on racism, slavery, and genocide, and this is a country that had a whites-only immigration policy for most of its existence, and it's only very recently that that's changed. And so who were those white people who came here? Well, they were mostly refugees. They were mostly refugees, and there would have been refugees, of course, from other countries coming, except that they weren't allowed in. But the Europeans came here as refugees because they were welcome to be here, to come here, because the more you had, the lower you could pay them. And so Joe Hill came here, and like so many other refugees from Sweden, and just to put it in some kind of a sort of a numerical context, Sweden, today one of the world's most prosperous countries, people know about that. People tend to know that Sweden's a prosperous country and so-called neutral country. That part is total bullshit, but they're prosperous anyway, for sure. Neutral is what you'd call a country when they sell to both sides in the war, which is Sweden's history. But Sweden provided most of the coal for Nazi Germany, most of the iron ore. In the 19th century, 50% of the world's iron ore came from Sweden. Also, 1/3 of Sweden's population emigrated to North America as refugees. 1/2 of Norway emigrated during the 19th century as refugees. 1/2 of Ireland. Joel Hägglund came from Sweden, which was very far from Eden. By the time he left, most of his family died. His sisters and his mother, his father and his brothers, so with one remaining sibling at his side. He got a notion to sail across the ocean, where he heard the streets were paved with gold. Not long after his arrival, as he toiled for survival, he realized that it was goods that he'd been sold. He got a whole lot wiser, became an organizer, and he organized with artistry and skill. He spoke up, raised his fist, got right on the blacklist, and that's why he changed his name to Joe Hill. He heard that it was best if he headed to the west, where the industrial workers of the world were finding the solution for making revolution with red songbook and red flag unfurled. 100 years ago, the bard with the Union card proved his music was too powerful, too strong. They couldn't stand the sound, they had to take him down, lest he organize the working class in song. Soon as he paid his dues, he tried hard to light the fuse, speaking, singing, writing lyrics and cartoons. He sent off the whole mess to the wobbly press, and they sang his songs as they fought the dues. He joined a singing movement that fought for improvement by abolishing wage slavery worldwide. He sang the wobbly line, beseeching workers to combine, learn from Mr. Block, the boss's lie. 100 years ago, the bard with the Union card proved his music was too powerful, too strong. They couldn't stand the sound, they had to take him down, lest he organize the working class in song. Be cut short by a kangaroo court, eager to determine one man's fate. Evidence was circumstantial, but that's inconsequential. He'd become an enemy of the state. They put him up against the wall, that was all. They gunned him down in 1915. He took all the bullets he could take there by the Salt Lake for being the best bard they'd ever seen. 100 years ago, the bard with the Union card proved his music was too powerful, too strong. They couldn't stand the sound, they had to take him down, lest he organize the working class in song. 100 years ago, the bard with the Union card proved his music was too powerful, too strong. They couldn't stand the sound, they had to take him down, lest he organize the working class in song. Lest he organize the working class in song.
Bravo.
Thanks so much for coming, and thanks so much to Carl and everybody else at the Living Wage Campaign who organized this show. And thanks so much to the Redstone building for somehow still being here. What an amazing place. If you haven't walked around this place, it's just incredible. All of the cool kids have offices in this building. My main method for surviving these days is my community-supported art program, CSA. It's a CSA, except it's art instead of agriculture. And if you go to davidrovics.com, you'll see the button for CSA, and it basically involves signing up to send me money every year and getting all sorts of things in return, physical and digital goodies.
It's worth it.
If somebody says it's worth it, so it must be true. And it can even involve annual house concerts. It can involve writing songs on a subject of your choice. You can sign up as a group and commission songs and all sorts of things like that. So you can read about it. And I also wrote a book which comes with that, or you can get it on my website if you click on where it says book. It's a novel about a busker who is not me, but he is traveling in familiar circumstances, circles, and yeah. And if you get on my email list, you'll get songs in your inbox now and then about current events and stuff. And also, I have on Facebook, I run a thing called Song News Network, which is a basically daily feed of songs related to history. A lot of them I wrote, but most of them I did not write. Most of them are by other people. So when people ask the question, who else does this kind of thing? Well, I'll show you if you go there. And just a year ago and one night ago, not quite on the anniversary of Joe Hill's execution. I had a wonderful gig in Los Angeles, and this is the song that Joan Baez did at the end of it to close the night. And song written in 1923 by a guy named Earl Robinson, whose name gets confused with Paul Robeson, who's the singer who's most famous for having sung the song. I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died, says he.
I did not dream I saw Joe Hill last night. I simply saw Joe Hill last night. Alive in you and alive in me. The work of Cesar Chavez and the work of Eugene Debs did not die 25 or 75 years ago. It will never die, says I, for it will never die in me.
Copper bosses killed you, Joe. They shot you, Joe, says I. Takes more than guns to kill a man, says Joe. I didn't die, says Joe. I didn't die.
The billy clubs of Ferguson and the tear gas on the streets of Oakland, the election of Donald Trump killed you, Joe. It takes more than that to shut us down, which is why we'll stay right here, which is why we will not die.
And standing there as big as life and smiling with his eyes, says Joe, what they forgot to kill went on to organize, went on to organize.
And organize he did. And standing there as big as life is the work of the United Students Against Sweatshops, the defense against the Dakota Pipeline, the Student Environmental Action, the San Francisco Living Wage Coalition, Black Lives Matter, Occupy, who struggle to organize a world in which all people live in freedom from oppression, valued as whole human beings rather than exploited in the pursuit of the wrong kinds of profits. They went on to organize, organizing as they fight police brutality, organizing as they fight the prison industrial complex, organizing as they fight for $15 and a union on both sides of the border, organizing as they fight to stop a wall on our border. Joe Hill is alive, and all those who went on to organize the unorganized.
From San Diego up to Maine, in every mine and mill, where workers strike and organize, it's there you'll find Joe Hill. It's there you'll find Joe Hill.
And from Johannesburg to Immokalee, from Zuccotti Park to Ferguson, from Oakland to Baltimore, from Prague to Sidi Boise, that is where you will find Joe Hill, because that is where you will find you and me.
And I saw Joe Hill last night.
I did not dream I saw Joe Hill last night. I simply saw Joe
You're
Hill
10
last
years
night.
dead. I never died, says he.
For I am Joe Hill today.
Died, says
I am Joe Hill tomorrow.
died.
I am Michael Brown. I am Victor Hara. I am Rachel Corey. I am Joe Hill, and I will never die, says I.
forests. Drift to my desert town. I think of far-off places as the rain is coming down. You're bent down in the fields, picking fruit there from the vine, and it ends up on my table as it moves on down the line. The moon shines brightly in the night sky. The river flows from south to north. With the changing of the seasons, the birds migrate back and forth. But they say that you can't come here, not in the light of day. Somebody has got plans for you. Start at home or hide away. Will we open up the borders? Tear down the prison walls, declare that no one is illegal. Watch the giant as it falls. So much travels across these borders. So much is bought and sold. One way goes the gunships, the other comes the gold. Free trade is like a needle, drawing blood straight from your heart. The border's like a prison, keeping friends apart. Will we open up the borders? Tear down the prison walls, declare that no one is illegal. Watch the giant as it falls. Hear the stockholders cheering. The world's getting smaller. Hear the drowning child crying. Why are the fences growing taller? Some whisper in the shadows.